good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching this video. And how are you doing? How have you been? How was your week? Yeah, is it week or weekend? No, how was your week? Trust you had a great week and trust you're doing so great. So welcome to another version of Did You Know? I'm so glad to have you on board. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for joining once again. And if you just perhaps saw this video and you are watching for the first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. And please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. So today I'll talk about something very interesting and very short. Very interesting and very short. I'll be fast about it. But hold still, I'll be back soon. Okay, so welcome back to Lower Chemist. Did you know? And this is a YouTube channel where I just talk about health issues and important things that you need to know about the health. So it's about health basically. Oh yes, and I give some encouragement tips as well. So welcome, thank you for joining once again. And today I'll talk about headache. Before I talk about headache, in case you are wondering, like, why am I so dressed up? And Saturdays are for what? Saturdays are for what? So if you are ready, get dressed and let's go. Just call me. Just let's go. All right. So today I'll talk about headache, and headache is not something new. I believe everyone in one time or the other has experienced it. Nobody can say I've never had headache in my entire life. It doesn't work that way. It's not even possible. So headache is just like hunger and thirst, right? It happens to us, not every time, but there are times that we experience headache. So headache is a pain or discomfort in the neck, head, or scalp region. You can testify that whenever you have a headache, it's always like it's part of your head. You don't even understand. Sometimes it even extends to your neck, and you can feel like, oh, this pain is really much. So headache is a pain or discomfort in the head, scalp, and neck region. And headache, like I said, happens to everyone. Even if it's just once or twice, it must have happened to you. And headache is a form of pain, and you see, you cannot really know the extent of someone's headache unless they explain to you like, oh, it's just this part, it's just the part. But most times we just say I have headache. We don't even understand the type of headache, how exactly it is that it is. You just know that you have headache. So this video I'll talk about types of headache and how the headache can be relieved. So did you know? I'm about to tell you something you didn't know, I'm very sure. So did you know that we have three main types of headache? Okay, we have two types of headache. We have the primary headache and secondary headache. So the primary headache is an headache caused without any organic cause, like probably just stress, lack of sleep. But secondary headache is always associated with an organic cause. It can be brain tumor, increased intracranial pressure, but there is always like something attached to that kind of secondary headache, and those kind of headaches require rapid medical attention. So I'll talk about the primary headache that we have. We have three types of primary headache. We have the tension type headache, TTH for short. Tension type headache. We have the migraine headache, and we have the cluster headache. So I'll start from the TTH, tension type headache. So tension type headache is the most common type of headache, and it is characterized by, it affects the two parts of our head, right? It affects the two parts. It is called it. No, sorry. Bilateral. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Bilateral. It affects two sides, and those that have tension type headache, you will notice that it's as if they are pressing your head. So now I'm giving you the tips you need to know. It's as if they're pressing your head. It's just like you feel like a tightening in your head. When they tie scarf so tight, like so hard. Yeah. So you feel like a tightening on your head, pressing or tightening. And TTH is caused by emotional stress and can be mild or moderate, but it's always aggravated, or it is increased by physical activity. So if you're in that category that you notice that you have this TTH and you can feel it, like, oh, this headache is affecting the two sides, it's like they're pressing your head, they're tightening your head, do not go for any physical activity. Please go and rest. Most times it works for me, right? Whenever I feel headache, I just rest. I don't even like to take medications. if you know me, I don't like medications. I will just sleep and rest. I will just leave everything I'm doing, and when I'm fine, I am always fine after I rest. When I'm fine, I'll just come up and do anything I want to do. So please just rest. But if you feel like even after resting, taking hours of sleep, you still don't feel better, you can proceed to visit a doctor, anyone, any medical of official officer. I don't even know. Do you understand? But please do not abuse paracetamol. We abuse that medication too much. Any small thing, please, do you understand? Your case might not be paracetamol. It can just be, you taking a rest. You taking a rest, just drop your phone, just sleep, and it might need medication, right? Okay, so the next type of headache is migraine. Migraine, it's so common. Tension type is the one that happens to people most often, like tension type, but migraine is very common too. And migraine affects either one part or the two parts. It can be unilateral or bilateral. So migraine too is caused by certain foods and drink, weather changes, lack of sleep, alcohol, stress can cause migraine. And migraine is serious, so migraine is very serious because, like, whenever migraine attacks in full, I've experienced migraine before. I've experienced migraine before, so that time it was, when I experienced migraine, I was still shouting. And migraine is like a pulsing or throbbing sensation. Have you ever felt your pulse? Don't let me go far again. But, if you ever felt your pulse, like when something is just beating, like, do you understand? That's how migraine is to occur in people. You just feel like a throbbing sensation. Like tension type now is like they're pressing or tightening your head. Migraine is like a throbbing sensation. Just a feeling like something is happening. So this kind of stage, you don't need to stress yourself. Please leave what you are doing and go and rest. Leave what you're doing and go and rest anytime you feel migraine type of headache, right? And migraine does not really like light. No, it does not even like light. And sorry for the tension type headache, I missed this part. Tension type headache, the clinical manifestations too. You will photophobia. That person will be sensitive to light. He or she would not want to see light. And phonophobia, that's sensitive to sound. They will not want to hear any sound, like any loud sound. Like, just rest. That's for tension type. And for migraine too as well, just stay in a dim light environment. You don't need bright light or full light to just add or increase. Just stay, in a place that we don't have this kind of bright light, no sound, nothing. Do you understand? So that's for migraine type of headache. And for migraine type of headache, these are the clinical manifestations. And we have 4 stages when you know that you have migraine. We call the first one prodromal phase. Prodromal phase is when you can feel that, yes, you have migraine. You can feel symptoms. In fact, gastrointestinal symptoms too might occur, right? And the next phase is the oral phase. Oral phase, if you take your medication at this stage, you can prevent a full-blown attack of migraine. When you take your medication and do the necessary thing, you can prevent migraine from occurring or happening to you, like, fully, right? Because this stage you feel dizzy, you feel drowsy, like you don't even want to do anything again. And the third phase is the headache. If you not prevent it at the oral phase, at the second phase, headache will set in and you can't do anything about it. You tend to hibernate at this phase. You can't do anything again. You will just hibernate. Just like, do you understand? You will just hibernate at this phase. You can't do anything again. So it's called the third phase, and that's the headache phase. And during the headache phase too, I'm sure anyone who has migraine headache would either take a rest or take medication, anything that can help you. And the last phase is the recovery phase. And recovery phase is when the patient is out of the migraine attack, when you are fully fine and fully okay again, right? Those are the 4 phases that are involved during migraine. But research have shown that migraine can be resolved by sleeping, taking a rest, which I am a full, should I say, I have a testimony on that. Yeah, because like I said earlier, I've had migraine, and once I just have that migraine, I just rest. I'm just like, I don't want to do anything, nothing today, nothing. I will just sleep. I will just rest. Do you understand? So it works that way. And the third type is the cluster type of headache. Well, this is the less common type of headache, right? People don't really have cluster type of headache. It's not that common. And cluster affect the orbit of the eye. So if you have this kind of person that have high headache, yeah, it happens sometimes, but you don't really know that's high headache because it sounds somehow, right? So we call it cluster headache. It affects just the orbit of the eye. I just feel like your eyes are pinning you. Your eyes are really pinning you. That's cluster type of headache. Well, it is so rare. It doesn't really happen. And research has shown that it can be resolved by walking around. I don't know about that. I don't, I've never. I don't know about that one. I don't know how true it is, but research has shown that it can be resolved by walking. But if yours doesn't get resolved by walking, please visit a doctor or anyone that can help you, but please do not abuse paracetamol. So those are the three basic types of primary headache that we have. We also have ice cream headache. You can testify to that. Ice cream headache occurs when you are taking ice cream and then you put a whole big spoon into your mouth. Can you imagine of cold blocked ice cream you put inside your mouth suddenly, even like cold pure water, right? It will feel like there's something eating you around the side. So we call this ice cream headache, but that was always resolved without any medication. Once you stop the ice cream, you feel better. But it's just because you are carrying or taking something too cold. Do you understand? So those are the basic types of headache that we have. And I hope now, if you have headache, you can know the symptom. You can be able to differentiate that. Oh, okay, it's TTH, it's migraine, it's cluster. Thank you so much for joining me once again. And guess what's happening tomorrow? It's Easter Sunday. Woo! It's Easter Sunday and glory to God. Every time I'm just like, I'm so happy that Christ died for me. That Christ died for us. I'm super excited. Glory to God. It's Easter Sunday. Make sure you go to church today. Yeah, make sure you go to church today. And I also want to encourage you, whatever it is, you will be fine. But in everything, put God first. Put God first. God is so concerned about the smallest detail of your life. So put God first. Trust Him, because He has said He would never leave you and He would never forsake you. And I love you so much. Thank you for listening to me and staying to the end. I appreciate you and I love you so much. And I'll catch you again some other time. Till then, stay blessed. I love you. Mwah. See you again some other time. Bye.